Hey everyone, welcome back to Broke to Wealth. I want to start by saying this. Thank you. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. Listening to this podcast isn't just background noise, it's an act of commitment. You're choosing to invest your time into changing your financial life, and that already sets you apart. Last episode, we talked about mindset, about dropping shame, about realizing that being broke isn't an identity, it's a season, and about believing wealth is possible for you. That was the spark. Now let's get some wood together before the spark fizzles out. We're talking about giving that spark a home, a safe, solid foundation that can catch fire and keep you warm. This episode is about breaking the cycle of working hard, paying bills, swiping the card, feeling stressed, and repeating it all over again. If you've been there, you know how exhausting it feels. But today we're going to start laying the bricks that will hold up your financial house. So take a breath. If you're driving, relax your shoulders. If you're home, maybe grab a notebook. Picture yourself building something new today, because you are. Let's start with honesty. Why do people get stuck? Picture payday. Your paycheck hits your account. You feel relief for a short period of time. Then the bills start draining it, right? Rent, insurance, groceries, student loans, childcare. Suddenly it's almost gone. And then life happens. The car needs new tires. Your kid's school asks for a last-minute fee. You get sick, need medication. What do? Swipe the credit card. Tell yourself, I'll figure it out next month. But next month looks the same, and the month after. This is the cycle. And if you're in it, you're not alone. Statistics show that most Americans don't even have $400 set aside for emergencies. That's not because millions of people are lazy or dumb. It's because the system is stacked against you. Credit card companies profit when you only make the minimum payment. And they're charging you over 20% interest, APR. Advertising companies encourage you to spend money that you don't even have. Wages often don't even keep up with inflation. Here's the story. I used to work at a warehouse job. There was a guy there who would tell me that his paycheck was already spent before he even got it. He'd tell me about the bills, pay them, then hold his breath, hoping no emergency would pop up. And then when one did, it would go straight on the credit card. He felt guilty, like he wasn't managing well. But it wasn't about him being irresponsible. It was a cycle. And maybe you feel that way too. Guilty, ashamed, anxious. Let me pause here to tell you something. You are not broken. You are not bad with money. You're human in a system that profits off your stress. But the cycle can be broken. Millions of people have done it, and you can do it too. Let's build your way out. So the question is, how do you break the cycle? You got to build a foundation. Think about building a house. You don't start with a roof. You don't start with paint colors. You start with a foundation. Without it, the whole house collapses. Money works the same way. If you try to skip steps, like rushing into risky investments or chasing hot stocks, without stability first, you set yourself up for collapse. Here's a medical analogy. When someone comes into the emergency room, the doctors don't start with antibiotics or complex treatment plans. They stabilize the basics: airway, breathing, circulation. Once that foundation is secure, then you move on to advanced care. Or think of sports. No one becomes a pro athlete by skipping conditioning. They start with the fundamentals: footwork, stamina, drills, strength training. That's the foundation. Your financial foundation is this: knowing what's coming in, know what's going out, and having a small cushion between you and disaster. That's it. So let's do a quick reflection. Imagine 1 year from now, you've built a small emergency fund. You're not relying on credit cards for every surprise. Bills are automated. What would that feel like? Would you sleep better? Would you fight less with your partner? Would you feel calmer at the grocery store checkout? That's what we're aiming for: safety peace, stability. Okay, so let's get to the how. There are 4 big steps. Step number 1, tracking your money. Awareness changes everything. Spend 5 minutes a day, call it the money minute, to write down what you earned and what you spent. It could be as simple as paycheck, $2,000, rent, $1,200, groceries, $400. That's it. Just keep it simple. There are apps out there that maybe even your bank app can do it, but you don't have to wait for perfect tools. Even sticky notes can work, or your notes app on your phone. But awareness makes you ask, do I really want to spend this way? Here's an example. A friend of mine tracked his expenses for 1 month and realized that he was spending $150 on subscriptions that he didn't even use. Streaming services, random apps, subscriptions, random trials. Canceling those gave him an instant $150 for savings. Awareness equals power. Step number 2, start small. Aim for $500 or even $1,000. That's enough to stop most emergencies from becoming disasters. So where do you find the money? Well, sell something. Unused clothes, electronics. How about that treadmill in the garage? Cut one expense. Pause eating out for a week. Redirect that money. Or how about adding income? Maybe deliver some groceries, babysit, work an extra shift. The first $100 is going to be the hardest, but once you see it build, motivation will grow. Step number 3, break the dependency on credit cards. This is about shifting from panic to calm. Instead of automatically swiping the card, start thinking, do I have a little cash saved for this? Even $50 in savings can change your mindset. I still remember those early days working and being able to put a little money outside my checking account into a savings account. And even though it was only a few dollars at a time, I felt wealthy. I felt rich because I had cash money set aside for myself. Something that I didn't have to touch to pay my bills. And that feeling of freedom is exactly what I want you to have. So step number 4, automate. Automation is future. It's your best friend. Automate bill payments so you don't miss any deadlines. Automate savings, even $20 a paycheck. Automate debt payments. Why? Because automation removes emotion and forgetfulness from the equation. It keeps you moving forward even when life gets chaotic. So write down one thing you can automate this week. Just one. All right. So money isn't just math. It's a mindset. First, drop the shame. Debt is common. Struggles are common. You are not alone. Shame paralyzes. Learning empowers. So second, celebrate the wins. Save $25, that's progress. Paid off a bill, that's momentum. And that's why the third step is also important. You have to reframe setbacks. If you save $600 and then a car repair ate it, you didn't fail. Your system worked. You avoided new debt. That's success. Fourth, visualize. Picture life 1 year from now. Picture explaining to your future self how you took these steps. That vision will pull you forward. So remember, you are not your past, you're building your foundation. So here's your challenge for this week. Track your spending for 3 days. Open a savings account and automate a bill. Start small, but start now. Because progress compounds. One brick will lead to another. $1 leads to hundreds. One step leads to freedom. Next time, we're going to move from foundation into growth. How to invest your first $100, even if you're broke. That's where things get exciting. But remember, you're not just surviving, you're building. Brick by brick, step by step, you're moving from broke to wealth. Thank you very much for being here with me. I'll see you in episode 3. Take care.